Hey, so it's just been one of those days. Um, Crazy busy day at work. I had to go in at 8 o'clock, and as you can see, I just got home and haven't even changed yet. And then it took me forever to find my camera. And when I found my camera, I tried to start recording, only to find out that the batteries were dead in it. And it took me forever to find the new batteries. And yeah, but I'm finally here. It's Friday. It's November 25th, Black Friday of all days. And today's topic is going to be depression. There's about 19... Hang on just a second. Okay, I thought somebody was calling. It was just a text. Anyway, there's about 19 million Americans or so living with depression. Now, I'm not going to get into all the symptoms or anything, because we all see the commercials for, the different medicines, and we get, drilled with the symptoms all the time. So I'm just going to go through what a normal day is for me, suffering from this, without taking medication, because I've said it before, I don't like taking medication. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like having to rely on synthetic chemicals, or I guess they're really not synthetic chemicals, but I don't like having to rely on a medicine to produce the chemicals, or that's supposed to give you the feeling of being okay. I can do that just fine on my own. Maybe I won't feel it, but like I said last video, I can act it. I just don't like relying on outside sources. So a normal day for me, well, I wouldn't say a normal day, because I do have my days where I wake up and the depression isn't as strong. It isn't as there. It's just like my PTSD. It comes and it goes. It's there, but some days it's in the background. Some days it's, right up front. And then there are days when I wake up and it's just like, do I really want to get out of bed? I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to go back to sleep. I can't do this today. Then there are other days where it'll start out okay, and then, there are other days where it'll start out, okay, and then all of a sudden it's like this curtain falls, or like this wall clicks into place, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to deal with anything. If I'm at work, it's like I can't really function. I can paste a smile on, and I can act like everything's okay, but those people that know me can tell that something's just off. And it's hard to deal with, because you sit there and they can tell, and they ask you, are you okay? And you just put on a really big fake smile, and you're like, yeah, I'm fine. But I'll tell you this, not one person in my life has ever looked at me and said, no, you're not. No, what's really wrong? Nobody's ever done that. Like, they've never, I guess, felt the need or been brave enough to call me out on my lie. But that's okay. There are days when I wish they would. There are other days when I'm glad that they don't, because I feel that if somebody calls me out on that lie, me saying, oh, I'm fine, then I'm, then that whole facade is just going to crumble. That it's not going to be okay for me to be this way anymore. And honestly, over the years, I've lost myself in depression. Because I was depressed before all this happened. I don't want to call it childhood depression, because it was more like when I was 14, 15, 16. So I would call it more like adolescent depression. And I was on medication for a while, but I stopped it then too. I couldn't do it. They had me on a medicine for my depression and a medicine for my anxiety so that I could sleep at night, because I was a big insomniac, because I was always so anxious. And I learned how to deal with it then, so it's kind of helpful now. But I don't know, it's weird. Because, like, when people think depression, the first thing they think of is, well, first, they're like, depression? That's not real. What are you talking about? But it is real. It is really, really, really real. And so the ones that don't automatically go to, oh, you're lying. You're putting on an act to make people feel sorry for you. You're an attention whore. You're this, you're that. No, you're not. Well, there may be some people who do that. 99.9% of people don't. There are a lot of people who deal with this disease on a daily basis. So those people that don't think it's an act, the ones that know it's real, the thing that pops into their head first is sadness. You're really sad about something. Well, like I said last video, I can put on the act of feeling emotions, but I don't really feel them. So for me, it's not really sadness as much as I'm just not interested in things. There are days when the feeling of not wanting to be here, wanting to kill myself, wanting to have peace at last, finally, is so strong that I can't do anything. Like, where I work, like I said, like I've told y'all before, I work in a sandwich shop, so we have big, sharp knives. I can't do anything with those. My knife, I have to hide from myself. Scissors, I have to hide. Medicine, I have to hide. Those days, I feel like I'm nothing. And I hate saying I feel like, because I don't experience emotions, but it's what goes on in my head. Like, I think that I'm nothing. I think that I'm worthless. I don't talk a lot when I'm depressed. I don't do a lot. There are days that I'll just stay in bed, and that's it. I don't get out of bed for nothing. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to music. I don't get on the internet. I don't go out. I just lay in bed all day. There are days when I don't eat, because I'll think to myself, look at what this has done to me. Look at how fat I am. Or maybe it's because of my curves. Maybe that's why the guy came after me, because I'm curvy. I'm a woman. I look like a woman. So maybe if I don't eat and I lose the weight and I lose my curves and I'm really, really skinny, maybe a guy will never look at me again. Fingers crossed. Maybe it won't happen again. Maybe I'll be disgusting. And it's really not anorexia, because I do eat. Sometimes I'll overeat. Like, I'll be eating, like, you'll see me one day, every time you see me, I'll have something in my hand and putting it in my mouth and eating. So, I don't have an eating disorder per se, but, well, at least I don't think I do. But there are days when I'll be like, if I just looked absolutely disgusting, if I was skin and bones, or that would be one day. If I was skin and bones and I looked disgusting, maybe nobody would want me. Or the next day it could be, if I was 500 pounds and disgusting and I hated myself, maybe nobody would want me. And then there are days when I'll be like, I'm disgusting now. Why would anybody want me? It's just one of those things. I don't really know how to explain it because, it's just something that goes on in my head. And people will ask me all the time, well, why do you feel this way? Why are you like this? I can't explain it. I've never been able to explain it. And right now I'm doing my best, but it's probably coming out of a jumbled mess, for all I know. There's times when I could be doing the stupidest thing. Like, I could be making one day I might be making a video for y'all, and I might bust into tears. I busted into tears making sandwiches at work. They just come for no reason. I can't explain it. No, I don't know why I'm crying, but I am. I'm always thinking. Like, I wouldn't call myself an insomniac because I do sleep at night. Now, I'm not an insomniac anymore. But there are times when I can't sleep because I'm constantly thinking. There's always something going on in my head. Whether it be thinking back to then, the what if I did something differently, or I wonder how work's going to be tomorrow, or should I get such and such for their birthday or Christmas, or even stupid stuff like, well, what if we're all not really living? What if we're just some characters in somebody's book from the real universe, and we're living in an alternate universe? Stupid stuff like that. I don't know where it comes from. It just comes. I'm always thinking about something. And I wish this video was more put together, kind of like last week's video was. But there's really not much to say about depression. If you don't have it, you can't understand it, and there's really no way to explain it. Those of us with it can do our best to explain it, but it's really hard to explain, especially in cases of survivors like myself who are suffering multiple different psychiatric I don't want to call them diseases, but I guess that's what they are, psychiatric diseases, like me with the post-traumatic stress disorder, the depression, the anxiety, which I could be slowly turning into other things. I don't know, that remains to be seen. But for those of us with multiple ones especially, because they kind of contradict each other, like the post-traumatic stress disorder and the depression can kind of, sort of, almost be one and the same, with a few things left out and a few things added, almost, kind of. But then again, like I said, depression, the first thing people think about is sadness. Well, there's me and there's others like me who have become emotionally numb. We don't feel anything, so that sadness is just an idea. But yeah, I don't know how helpful this was. I don't know if any of it really made sense. Feels like I've just been rambling on for however long this video is. That could also be in part due to my extremely long day today. But that's okay. If somebody understands this gibberish that I've been speaking, I'm glad, because I don't understand it myself. But yeah, I guess that's it. There's really nothing else to say. So until the next video.